The 5 o'clock news starts now on Fox 12 Oregon.
It's going to be Highland and 5th. Multiple gunshot wounds. Vehicle took off northbound. Get medics en route to code 3.
A Salem police officer shot during a neighborhood traffic stop last night has been released from the hospital. The shooting unfolded on 5th Street Northeast near Highland Avenue, and neighbors caught the whole thing on surveillance cameras. Good evening and welcome to the 5 o'clock news. I'm Pete Ferryman.
And I'm Elizabeth Din. That suspect then took off, sparking an hours-long search and eventually a SWAT standoff at a nearby apartment complex. Police tell us the shooter surrendered peacefully at around 9 this morning.
He's been identified as 38-year-old Jaime Jimenez from Woodburn. Fox 12's Kelsey Watts is tracking all this for us. She's there live tonight where all of this started. Kelsey?
Well, Pete, that video you just saw was taken from this home here on the corner, and a neighbor a couple of doors down got a second angle. This happened around 8:30 last night, and just beyond this is Highland Elementary School. So luckily, school was not in session, but those shots were being fired in the direction of the playground. Neighbors here say they are so thankful that officer survived and that nobody else was hurt. Surveillance video taken by two neighbors on 5th Street Northeast clearly shows the moments when a Salem police officer pulls over a minivan. Nearly a minute goes by before the officer approaches the driver and the passenger door on the van opens. For the next minute, the officer and driver talk with each other before something changes and suddenly shots are fired. The officer hit by gunfire. The passenger in the van gets out and is left behind as the driver speeds away.
It's unfortunate. It's sad. It's hard on the community. It's not common in our area. It shouldn't be common in any area.
The officer was rushed to the hospital as an intense search got underway for the shooter. Hours later and less than a mile away, the SWAT team surrounded an apartment complex on Broadway Street Northeast.
And then they came knocking on our door at 3 o'clock in the morning because there's a van. The car, I guess, the guy was in was abandoned right there.
I woke up and then I heard like a big bomb, and then I just got down because I was scared.
Officers breached the door of an apartment unit where the suspect was hiding and negotiated with him for nearly an hour before he peacefully surrendered. Investigators say he's 38-year-old Jaime Jimenez from Woodburn. He's now facing several charges, including attempted aggravated murder. Police say another person in the apartment, 35-year-old Amanda Cayetano, was also arrested for hindering prosecution. On 5th Street.
I've been here 30 years, and that's the first time anything like that's happened on this block, at least.
Highland Elementary School had to close Wednesday as police continued their investigation. People who live here just thankful school was out for the day when those shots were fired.
But thank God school wasn't in session, no kids were around. But there is a lot of kids that walk across that street right there.
And there are still some unanswered questions tonight. We don't know why the traffic stop was initiated in the first place, whether the passenger who got out of the van is facing any charges, or whether Jimenez has any connection to the apartment unit where he was found hiding. So far, the officer who was shot has not been identified, but we know she is a veteran of the Salem Police Department. Live in Salem, Kelsey Watts, Fox 12 Oregon.